Power of the Heart. Finding your inner wisdom.
The power of the heart.
Finding the power of the heart.
The power of the heart.
The
Power of the heart. Power of the heart.
让我们寻回新的力量。
The power of the heart.
Thank you for joining us today. My name is Yuru Chao. You are tuning in to the Power of the Heart on Dai Radio. Like Dharma Master Cheng Yen always says, before attaining Buddhahood, we must first create good affinities with people. We must practice giving unconditionally to help other people. Whenever Chinese New Year approaches, Master Cheng Yen takes her income from sales of her books in the past year for the making of red envelopes. She gives these red envelopes to Tzu Chi volunteers all around the world during the year-end blessing ceremonies to show her gratitude to every single Tzu Chi volunteer. With the red envelope, she blessed them to cultivate both blessings and wisdom, and for their wisdom to grow every day. In our program today, we'll begin with a reading of Master Cheng Yen's teaching on life economics about spiritual practice at the workplace. This reading is provided by Mr. Colin Lagerton. Then, after a short break, we'll discuss this teaching with Mr. Peter Korchasky.
You are listening to The Power of the Heart on Dai Radio.
Section 3. Spiritual Practice at the Workplace. Some people live to work, while others work to live. If we work to earn a livelihood, our jobs may not be ideal. When we are not happy at our jobs, our lives will be miserable. Life is meaningful when we live to work. If we live without a sense of purpose, or if we cannot devote ourselves to a field that is needed by society, then we will have lived in vain. Therefore, we should set a goal for our life. We should have a mission. When our workplace is also a place of spiritual practice, our career becomes our place of cultivation. With this mindset, we will learn from our work. This is learning through doing, enlightenment through learning. I worry when people think that they already know everything. We must not be arrogant. We need to set aside our own ego and work in concert with others. In other words, we should not insist that others follow our lead. If we contradict others' opinions and always think that we are right and others are wrong, we will have tremendous difficulties in carrying out our work. Managing by walking around. Many years ago, I knew a company chairman who was generous and willing to give, but very stringent with his employees. He thought that he should maintain his authority as a leader so that he could better manage his business and employees. He even grew a beard to make himself look austere. One Chinese New Year, he came to the Jingse abode to help pack relief materials. While everyone was busy packing, I saw a group of Tzu Chi members walk toward us. As they approached, they suddenly froze and dared not step closer. I was puzzled and signaled for them to come in. At that moment, one of the nuns from the Jingse abode took them to the back of the room. After a while, that nun came in and whispered to me, "Those people are employees of the chairman. They said that seeing the chairman here makes them afraid." "Why are they afraid? A chairman and his employees doing volunteer work together? Isn't that a good thing?" The nun replied, "They are afraid that he may think they are here for fun." After we finished packing, we all sat down for a break. The chairman happened to sit next to me, so I took the opportunity to advise him. The most successful people do not use their authority and prestige to overpower others. Rather, they win people's hearts and touch them with gentle love. Upon hearing this, he anxiously asked, "Master, did I do something wrong?" I replied, "It is not that you did anything wrong. I simply feel that you are too strict, and that your employees are afraid of you." "No, I love my employees," he said. I replied, "But you are lacking something." "What is that?" "You lack amiability, a smile, and genuine care." He asked, "If I was like that, how could I manage my employees?" I said, "Employees should not be managed. They should be loved." I continued, "A chairman should treat his employees with gratitude. Think about it. If you did not have a cleaning lady to clean the office, then however grand it may be, your office would be a garbage dump. Moreover, your employees all work hard in order to make money for you." He concurred. "That is true. I should be grateful to my employees." He did as he said. After returning to the office, he started to smile and gradually changed from a stern chairman to a smiling one. He personally led his employees to express gratitude to one another. During the economic downturn, quite a few companies went bankrupt. He said to me, "I am truly grateful. Now that the economy is bad, many employees in other companies complain about their pay, yet none of my employees have complained." He also said that when he wanted his employees to work overtime for rush orders in the past, no one was willing. They said that they could not care less about the overtime pay. Now he had learned to be considerate. He would say to them, "You have worked hard. Take a break." Now his employees say to him, "Don't worry, Mr. Chairman. Go ahead and take as many orders as you can. If no one wants to do the work, then we will. We are willing to work overtime, even until midnight, as long as your business flourishes." "Why?" he asked. They told him, "Because you are very good to us, and you often donate to charity. If we work hard, it is as if we are making contributions as well." In addition to leading people with love and gratitude, I have been promoting the concept of managing by walking around for a long time. If someone encounters difficulties, then the manager should walk over to help. It is very important to manage by walking around. There is an adage, a lonely bird needs to join with a group. When you come to a new environment, how do you present yourself? The only way is to let go of your ego and be humble. This is especially important for those in positions of power. No matter how outstanding your abilities may be, if you feel that nobody tells you anything or that you are not allowed to do anything, you are placing obstacles on yourself. You must be proactive in asking for help. You must smile sincerely. In this way, you will be easily accepted. Actually, a lonely bird needs to join a group, and getting along well with others are like two sides of the same coin. If you take the initiative to get along well with a group of people, then you will naturally blend in. On the other hand, if you always isolate yourself and do not get along with a group, you will not win people's hearts and will inevitably be rejected. Superintendent Zhao Youcheng of Xindian Siji General Hospital is an excellent example. He recently joined the Siji medical team and is literally managed by walking around. He took the initiative to visit each unit of the hospital and showed interest in the employees' work. He asked whether they had any problems or needed any help. In less than 10 days, he had gained a good understanding of the hospital's operations. He made everyone in the hospital feel important. One department head commented that no matter where you work, the work is always hard and the environment is about the same. However, if your supervisor is sincere and caring, you will feel happy and warm and will work contentedly. If a leader often walks around to care for his employees and help resolve problems, then no matter how big a problem is, it can be resolved. Turn hard work into blessings. Sometimes we see people fuss over trivial things and speak matter-of-factly. "Why should I give in to you when you don't give in to me?" Then both sides argue endlessly to get the upper hand. How painful it is. There was a young lady who was upset with her job. She felt wronged and complained to me in tears. "I work really hard. I do what others are unwilling to do. No matter how tired I get, I can tolerate everything. Yet even with all my hard work, I have never been complimented. Instead, I am criticized for not doing things well. I cannot take this anymore." She was crying uncontrollably. I explained to her the art of tolerance. I said, "You are now merely tolerating. You have not yet reached the stage of swallowing. Not only must you swallow, you have to digest that which bothers you. Only then will you acquire true tolerance. Ordinary tolerance is like pressing a seed under a rock. The seed is still there, it just cannot sprout and grow for the time being. Therefore, not only must we tolerate, we have to swallow and digest in order to eliminate our resentment. If we hear someone unintentionally say something offensive, yet we intentionally take it to heart, then we are not understanding enough to digest it. As a result, the words will stay in our hearts and continue to hurt us." Hearing this, her eyes, still filled with tears, began to light up. She said, "I understand now. Because of my inflated ego, I cannot take criticism. I always feel that my colleagues have wronged me, so I get upset easily. Our egos often get us into trouble. When we do well, we expect to be praised. When we do not do well, we feel inferior. Sometimes we even turn our feelings of inferiority into arrogance. Therefore, regardless of the situation, we must always reflect on whether our ego is overinflated. We should do our work to the best of our abilities. If we have given our best to complete the job, then we can feel peaceful and at ease. Even if the results are not as we expected, we will not become upset. There is a volunteer who started coming to Jingsu Abode after he retired, because his wife was a Tzu Chi commissioner. He has worked happily at the abode, rain or shine, for many years. He said that volunteering with Tzu Chi is his life's path. Even though he performs simple duties, such as transcription, he has never felt bored. He feels blessed no matter how hard he works. One day, during the initial stage of building the Dalian Tzu Chi General Hospital, I was walking around the construction site at midday and saw a volunteer moving formwork. I greeted him and said, "It's noon and you're still working. You have worked hard." The volunteer was very friendly. He put his palms together and said to me, "Master, please do not say to us, 'You have worked hard.' Instead, please say, 'You are blessed.'" I asked, "Why say you are blessed? You really have worked hard." "Because other volunteers say it that way," he said. I went along with him and said, "All right, you are blessed," even though I did not understand the reason behind it at that moment. Tzu Chi volunteers told me about this story later. One elder who donated his land for the hospital vowed to serve herbal tea to all the workers at the construction site. Every day at 3 o'clock in the morning, he would prepare herbal tea. On hot days, he would use ice to keep the tea cold. On cold days, he would make hot tea. Tzu Chi volunteers would help pour the tea into bottles. As the construction workers arrived for work, they were given the bottles of herbal tea to quench their thirst while they worked. At the end of the day, Tzu Chi volunteers would stand at the gate and bow to the workers with gratitude, saying, "You have worked hard today." One day a worker replied candidly, "Indeed we have worked hard. We are working ourselves to death." One volunteer responded quickly and asked, "Do you know what is being built here?" The worker answered, "A hospital." The volunteer asked again, "What is the purpose of this hospital?" "To save lives." The volunteer continued, "Yes, saving lives creates blessings. Actually, you are blessed because the construction of this hospital has garnered the love and blessings of Tzu Chi volunteers around the globe. Since you are contributing to the construction, you are participating in the work of saving lives. This is your blessing." The worker said, "That makes sense. If this is the case, don't say to us, 'You have worked hard.' Instead, you should say, 'You are blessed.'" The volunteer said, "That is right. From now on, whenever we see you, we will wish you blessings and good health." The worker was pleased. He said, "When you say, 'You are blessed,' I will reply, 'I am content.'" Since that time, these words of blessings have passed down. That is why Tzu Chi volunteers say, "You are blessed," instead of, "You have worked hard." It is like I always say, being able to work is a blessing. Do altruistic work with one heart. At Tzu Chi, I come into contact with many people. Some are supervisors and some are employees. Hearing their stories, I sense that everyone has his or her problems. Those in the managerial level have their problems, and so do those being managed. Actually, everybody needs a common goal. If there is a common goal and everyone can work willingly and accept the results joyfully, then there will be a cycle of goodness. I often say a single person cannot eat all the rice in the world. Likewise, a single person cannot do all the work in the world. We all hope that our society can become harmonious and our earth can be healthy again. Yet this feat cannot be achieved by a single person. Therefore, when we do good deeds, we must be grateful to those who share the common goal with us. Without them and their collective strength, how can we accomplish so many things? Tzu Chi has a 4 magic soup. The 4 ingredients are contentment, gratitude, understanding, and accommodation. We all have our own temperaments and habitual tendencies. We must first transform our own minds and broaden our own hearts. Only then can we really take the Dharma to heart. We will be grateful once we are content with everything and everyone. A grateful person can easily give selfless love to others. Because he has love in his heart, he can be understanding and accommodate other people's mistakes. For example, Tzu Chi volunteers are occasionally criticized at fundraising events, but they are able to calmly respond, "Thank you, we are grateful." We back down first and then explain to the criticizers after they have calmed down. By doing so, we avoid further dispute or damage. The Buddhist Sutras said that we must enlighten all sentient beings with great love and without discrimination. But accomplishing this work requires certain tools. Of the tools needed, language is the most important. Language allows us to communicate so that we can build relationships with others. Although the varied languages in the world have made communication difficult, we do have a common language, a sincere smile. A sincere smile shows a feeling of closeness. When we add a caring hug, then great love will be free from communication barriers.
You are listening to The Power of the Heart on Da'ai Radio.
Our special guest today is Mr. Korchesky. He's studying for his doctorate degree in National Zhengzi University in Taipei now. Growing up in Poland and working in the U.S. during school summer breaks, he said one thing led to another. He found himself studying in Taiwan now. It is almost 2 years for him in Taiwan now. Welcome to the program, Peter. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, everybody.
So, Peter, you are volunteering in the Jingsi Law right now. So, tell us, what's your idea of spiritual practice?
Spiritual practice for me, I'm actually finding out nowadays, when living in Jingshi, and when having more and more Tzu Chi friends, and when listening to Master Zheng Yan teachings. Well, I'm reconsidering my life actually, and I'm trying to figure out many spiritual questions as well, finding our purpose in life, and finding a way to refer ourselves to the surrounding world, including people. This is also very important, to know our place in the world.
What are some of your questions?
I'm thinking recently about the biggest question would be, is it possible to live without religion? I've read the words by Dalai Lama, who said that spirituality is all about those values we should cherish like compassion, like friendliness, like love, understanding, politeness, mercy, and so on, many of them. While religion, and Dalai Lama said that actually we all are equipped with those values, with those qualities. So, in a way, whether we want or not, we all have the spiritual potential. I think that the spirituality is the more important element of our existence, personality. That the religion is just, as Dalai Lama defined it, it's just an institutional framework where we have many religions. Very often those religions put people with themselves into conflict. And what I appreciate in Tzu Chi is that everyone, regardless of the religion, of the formal religion or initial religion, like in my case it is Christianity, Tzu Chi is emphasizing that all people, regardless of their religion, they might come together, join their forces and change the world in a good way, not necessarily by using the labels of certain religions. So this is, by all means, Tzu Chi is not dividing people. While other religions, sadly, I would say, very often do. So I'm trying to find in Tzu Chi rather the spiritual element.
And this is the second time you come to volunteer in Jingsebo. Is this the reason why you come back to volunteer here? Because you're searching for answers. You are trying to get the answer that you are looking for through working with people here, so that you get to observe and actually see it in practice.
I'm coming here for doing my research by observation, by interacting with people. The research regarding, my dissertation, doctoral dissertation, entitled Green Mission, Spiritual Leadership of Master Cheng Yen and Environmental Volunteering in Tzu Chi. I'm looking for the connection between the motivation of people's motivation to do whatever jobs they need to do and what Master is teaching, and the link between, for me it's obvious link between how they love Master Cheng Yen and how they love their work. So this is very helpful. This is not only about looking at observing, this is also of course about talking as far as possible concerning my limited speaking skills. Staying here for 2 months, it is like not only researching for the dissertation purpose, it's actually like researching for your life, because so many emotions, so many good feelings, and exclusively good feelings I can investigate just dealing with people and interacting with people. And this is what can be found in a book, I guess, because like one of the volunteers said, each of us is a sutra. So when we deal with each other every day, we in a way by talking with others, by working hand in hand with others, we are reading the different sutras, and at the same time we can rewrite, we can edit, we can do whatever we need to do with our own sutra. So this is long life research, I would say. Yes.
That's very beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us. You clearly is a person on mission, and it is good to live with a mission because life without purpose is just a miserable life. I'm very happy to hear that it's a lifelong research for you here, and then you are finding a lot of answer and then learning a lot, because for the time you're here, I've seen you in many different functions, be it the recycling center or in the kitchen or helping out with all sorts of different jobs and volunteer work, and you must have quite exposure and talk to a lot of people, and I hope you have very good success with your research, and I look forward to your doctoral dissertation. Unfortunately, our time is up today, and I'm really happy to have you with us today. We'll be listening to this book, Life Economics, over the next several episodes. Please join us next time to continue our discussion on life economics. If you want to read this book we're talking about, you can find a copy of this book in any Jingsi bookstore and cafe. For more teaching from Dharma Master Cheng Yen, please tune in next time to our program. Goodbye and have a great day.
Life's like a stage. Be glad for what you play. Cherish, be content that there's a reason for what might come our way. Life's like a candle, going to light it up, going to let it shine in the darkness. Let that candle's teardrop falls. Do we really live? When that candle's teardrop falls, do we ever die? Living and dying again and again. Better late than never to make it right. Living and dying again and again. Find the way and fear not how far you must go. Life's like a stage. Be glad for what you play. Cherish, be content that there's a reason for what might come our way. Life's like a candle, going to light it up, going to let it shine in the darkness. When that candle's teardrop falls, do we really live? When crying